This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Because Progressive offers discounts for paying in full, owning a home, and more. Plus, you can count on their great customer service to help you when you need it, so your dollar goes a long way. Visit Progressive.com to see if you could save on car insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states or situations.
Every team, every topic, everywhere. This is Believe.
What's up, good people? BetOnline is your number one source for all your betting needs. The latest odds, lines, and matchup reports for baseball, boxing, golf, and more. BetOnline continues to be the fastest and easiest way to place your wagers, including live betting and your favorite casino and card games available to play right from your phone. Head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and get in on the action. Remember to use the promo code BELIEVE, BLEAV, for your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, where the game starts. Folks, back on the Bossman show. Tell me this Boss Report with your man, Bossman, and Nacho Man, Neek. Brother Neek, what's good in the 901, my guy?
Yeah, I'm good, man. How you feeling?
I'm feeling better since the old girl's Twitter got suspended.
It took a while, but we did it.
Man.
We did it, Joe. We did it.
Man, thank God for that, man. Hey, look at here, though. I think the threatening to drop sex tapes was the last straw for Twitter, I think.
Yeah, I think it's revenge porn laws or whatnot. So, as far as I'm concerned, I guess that's the reason why.
Hey, whatever the reason why, I'm glad it happened, brother. I am so glad it happened, brother.
I think everybody on Twitter is glad it's happened at this point.
No doubt. Well, brother, let's hop in this, brother. We got some stories from all over the world today. All over the world. We got water is wet. DOJ exposes Minneapolis PD pattern of racism, violating rights, and undeadly justified deadly force after the George Floyd killing. So the DOJ finally came down on Minneapolis after all this time.
I mean, weren't the people saying this the whole time, though?
Yeah.
Well, no need to bring it up on that one.
Well, bruh, you can pretty much insert any town in America for that.
Right. But at the same time, it's just, I mean, it was one of them things that they said they wanted to try to improve and certain things of that nature, and nothing happened. And it continued. So ain't no reform in the police, honestly.
No. Because when you started off as the slave patrol, there's no reforming you.
Uh-huh.
The police will start as a slave patrol. So when your origin is the slave patrol, which means get the darkies by any means necessary, that ain't changed.
Not changed at all.
I hear these things about black cops. I'm like, nah, they blue. Once you go in that world, you're now blue. So no.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I don't know. When it comes to black cops, it's more, I don't think they see it as black and white, which makes it a little more detailed as, they're blue now. So I see what you're getting at. But for me, it's more like they gotta choose a side because
Mm-hmm.
you can't say police don't practice racism. I mean, racist practices. I mean, don't. I mean, racist things, and yet have your own separate um situation. You know what I mean? So, like, remember in St. Louis with the whole Mike Brown thing. Like around that time, the St. Louis black cops had their own. What's it called? What's it called? Their
They
I can't
own
remember.
they own like little club.
No, it's not the own little club. It's like their own. The police. Who the? I forget what they're called, but they're the people that represent the police.
Police union.
Police union. Yeah, the police union. They have their own black version of the police union, and then there's a regular one. So if you got to do that, you can't really just say police don't practice racist things. It's just you can't do that. So you got to pick a side. That's what I'm trying to say.
No doubt. I'm with you on that. And we got a story that I kind of know about. You know about too, Nick, is this I saw a story in the Black Wall Street Times. I sent you the story. A black farmer say Tennessee is trying to lowball them off their land. I think I passed by that when I come to Memphis on our 40, like mile marker 39 and stuff, where they gonna do that at. They're gonna build a whole new exit off of our 40 to go to this little blue oval city thing. So I want you to just talk about that, Nick. I think it's horrible to use eminent domain, but even here in Atlanta, they do that eminent domain in Atlanta, take land for people. Lots of cities use this to get land from people. Most of the time, it's black people. And what are your thoughts, Nick, on black farmers getting screwed by state of Tennessee once more?
Yeah, what you just said rings true. When they use the eminent domain, they always use it for black people or people of color, especially black people. So I remember watching this TV show, and this lady was talking about her farm that has been in her family for over 50 years, and the state was using eminent domain just to take it. So now I'm looking into this situation. Now they're building Blue Oval City, which is supposed to provide jobs. First of all, let's talk about Blue Oval City. It was supposed to be called something else with Memphis involved, but they decided to change the name. Then they changed it again to Blue Oval City. So let's start with that little tidbit because, yeah. Now you're going to where the black farmers want a fair deal. Like they have people that have been there since their great great grandmother had that land um, and had it for that long, 10 acres of property in this case, and they only want to give them the state is only offering them 3,700 per acre for 10 acres. So that is pretty much highway robbery if you really look at it. And they're looking at it because other farmers are getting more than that. And that's the big problem of it. So they're going back and forth, and for what it's saying, it's going over 3 counties as well because that's what it's supposed to affect. Looking at it from this angle, like the state is offering somebody else $8,000 an acre for his land. So other farmers are getting lowballed, and they're trying to use the law to squeeze them out of their land, which makes it even worse.
You know what, Nick? I just talked with somebody that's non-black. I told him, I said, you understand something? The government treats you by your zip code. The government knows your zip code, who lives in what zip code. You get treated accordingly by your zip code. Now they being non-black, they don't understand that. But I'm like, no. The government treats you by your zip code. You live in Marietta, but in Atlanta, Fulton County, certain zip codes, they know what that zip code is. And they get treated accordingly. Living in Cobb County, Marietta, you don't understand that.
Uh-huh.
But
Like, uh, I mean, I'm looking at this from one area. One guy has over 400 acres of land. The state wants 10 acres, and they're only giving him and they want to offer him $3,700 per acre.
Mm-mm.
You can't buy no land like that,
Nope.
not for that price. So, and he's black, so they're trying to just push him out
Mm-hmm.
of the 10 acres. Even though he had, and I understand what people are like, well, he has 400 acres. Well, that's not the point.
Compensate him accordingly.
Yes, that's the problem. It doesn't, I mean, if you want it that bad, if you want everything in that area, you need to pay folks. It's that simple.
100% agree with you, my brother. And so to the black farmers in Western Tennessee, keep the fight up. Screw Blue Oval City. Screw that new exit they got coming off exit mile marker 39. Screw that exit. That's Fayette County. And I also can't forget about it. They try to take over that city of Mason.
Basically, yeah,
That's near there.
yeah, it's not that far away, looking at the map. But also, like most of that interstate is 90% black residents.
Of
Most of
course.
it.
Always.
Nowhere, like one point is like 90%, over 90%, looking at the numbers. So, yeah, welcome to how the state will get to you. Welcome to the government.
Yep. Your zip code determines how we treat you. It's plain and simple.
You
And
know,
go ahead, Nick.
the crazy thing you talked about the guys from where Marietta,
Yes.
Georgia.
Speaking on Atlanta, Fulton County, like he knows something about it.
Yeah, we can deeply get into Atlanta and how they use the interstate to divide up black communities, but we're not going to get into that though.
Hey, I'll say like this, Nick. The I-20 line of demarcation.
Yep.
If you're above I-20, you got means. Below I-20, you ain't got nothing. Atlanta's I-20. That's the line of demarcation between the haves and have-nots, I-20.
Right.
And it's also 75-85. West of 75, you ain't got nothing. East 75-85, you got something. That's Atlanta for you, baby. But we can go deeper than that. But that's a synopsis of Atlanta. Downtown connected to the west, nothing. East, you got some. I-20 north, you got some. South, you ain't got nothing. That's Atlanta for you, baby. So, Mr. Marietta, know your role, shut your mouth, jabroni. And Neek, after that conversation, they deserve this right here, Neek. Fits right on in. Florida man arrested, going to Orange County tax assessor's office, angry after his taxes went up 400%. Threw a bowling ball and hit the 3 workers in the head.
Where do we get these bowling balls from, bro? Damn. Damn, man. Where do they get them from? I mean, damn. They got them like guns on the streets.
He needs to ban bowling balls in Florida, don't he? He needs to ban bowling balls, don't he?
They still need to ban them bowling balls, man. Bowling balls got to be banned in Florida. Got to be.
Exactly. Man, get this, Nick. U.S. Coast Guard confiscates over 14,000 pounds of cocaine at the port of Miami.
That's light. That's a light one. Because haven't they got bigger busts than that?
They have.
So that's light.
Very much so. Very much so for Miami. Yes, indeed. We got this. Nevada sex workers offer Golden Knights free orgies after Stanley Cup win.
I mean, they did win the championship. I mean, you win a championship, you get something, right? More than the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, you're going to get you a D cup there.
Stanley Double D Cup.
Yes, indeed. The sex workers in Las Vegas. It's funny how they actually give out their cards. Like with the summer league, man, they actually give you their cards on the street as hey, call me. This number and I'll come to your room, blah, blah. Man, no, I'm good.
Yeah, I did not know that was like that. when I stayed on the strip, I got a card, but it was the same time. It was more like to a strip club or something like that. Other than that, I never got a card like that in Vegas.
Well, see, for some league, they trying to cash in,
Oh, that too. That makes sense.
trying to cash in. Get this. Miami stripper faces fraud charges after stealing $62,000 from a customer's bank account after giving him a lap dance.
Wait a minute. How did she get the information?
That's a good question.
So that's on him. He probably did something stupid.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, she going to jail, but it's his fault for giving her the information.
Nah, no doubt. Definitely, definitely going to jail for sure. Definitely going to jail for sure. And also, Philadelphia high school graduate denied diploma after doing the gritty dance on stage.
Was it in the Aruba that they couldn't gritty?
It's in the rule, but you know how that goes.
My thing is, this is a proud moment for those kids. Why not just let them dance if they're not doing nothing reckless?
Correct.
I mean, it's just the gritty. That's it.
Nothing more, nothing less. Just the damn gritty.
Now, if they run up there and stab you, then yeah, that's a problem. But the gritty, no, it's not worth it.
Yeah, you know how these people are, bruh. You know how these people are.
That is true.
Get this. 69 people arrested doing illegal street racing in St. Pete, including a Florida man and Florida woman couple who brought their infant and 3-year-old.
They brought an infant and a 3-year-old?
Yes.
What time of the night was it? Because you know you can't get babysitters that late. So I can understand why they brought a kid or kids in this case.
They got popped at 11:14 p.m. per the report.
I mean, some babysitters ain't staying out like that no more, brother. So you gotta take them with you.
You got that right. You got that right. You get also Florida been arrested after knocking out weed man with bowling ball by hooking him up with his quarter piece.
You know what? You're not gonna have to weed, man. You gotta be a terrible ass person. You gotta be a terrible ass person if you're not gonna have to weed, man. So yeah, man. Also, bowling balls need to be banned in the state of Florida.
Yes.
Just ban them. Yeah. Whatever y'all governor do, just tell him he needs to do that.
But he'll ban all the black ones though.
I mean, ain't that the color most kid?
Yeah.
Street?
Yeah, touche.
I mean, if you think of a bowling ball, you think of a black ball, so nobody's getting thrown in with a rainbow colored ball. Huh.
Yeah, I just think about it. Both of them are black.
So I'm automatically black. So I ain't concerned. I don't know if it's racist or not, or
you got the black ball hitting the white people.
Yeah, the black ball hitting all the white people, huh?
Oh man. Oh, Ron DeSantis, what an idiot. Oh my goodness.
Pray for him. Just pray for him.
You got this, Neat. Unidentified Florida man and Florida woman ordered 6 gallons of, quote, coma in a bottle that got stopped at customs.
Brumback, what? A cobra?
Coma in a bottle.
Coma in a bottle. What's that?
I could not tell you what it is.
Is that liquor?
They didn't say. They just got the quote says they ordered coma in a bottle. It was confiscated at customs.
It might be some liquor or something, but I don't know what it is, so I can't really just give my thoughts on it because we don't know what coma in the bottle is. So, yeah, that's all I can say on that.
Well, Texas Governor Greg Abbott sounds a law that shuts down all state colleges and universities diversity, equity, and inclusion offices.
Repeat that.
Yes, Texas Governor Greg Abbott signs a law that cancels All college universities, diversity, equity, and inclusion offices on campus.
So he's closing them.
He's shutting them down. Yes, all of them. Yes. He calls it woke.
But
This
they've
should not be
been
quoting his words, a woke statement.
but they've been on campuses for years before he even got there properly.
Yeah.
So is it really woke, or he just doesn't want those classes because he feels like they're a threat to America?
Yes.
So
Look, like,
basically, I mean, he's basically, I mean, it's more fear based than knowledge based. That's what I feel that what he's doing, or what him and Florida are doing.
you know what's crazy, Neek? 70% of those DEI jobs are held by white people, though.
70%.
Yes.
Wow. Hmm. Interesting.
Yes. Most DEI jobs are held by white women.
Hey, I know, firm that actually helps white women more than anything, but it's just like they're focused on one part of it and then just said, yeah, everything else can fly.
It's what it always been. We can't give those dark people anything because giving them some taste from us or acknowledging something makes us look weaker or makes us look bad. It's that constant yelling. Like they try to the ones like Greg Abbott try to make Juneteenth about them in America, and no, it's about slavery. You can't run from that. Think about now. Juneteenth is a holiday now. Great. Did I want it to be a holiday? Didn't carry it the way. Said it was pandering, but whatever. That's a holiday. Present them with slavery at least once a year. Can't run from it. You can't spend Juneteenth and not being about slavery.
Uh-huh.
And those Ted Cruz of the world, Greg Abbott's, Tate Reeves, and Kay Ives and Bill Lee, they had a rough day yesterday, boy. They had a rough day.
I
Rough
just
day.
I just don't get how you can try to deny something that really happened in this country. And it's literally so many artifacts and so many stories and so many things to remind us of what happened in this country, but yet you don't want to make it seem like this country is bad, but yet you're making the country look bad with denying its history.
Bro, I'm gonna say something's not very popular, but I don't give a damn. I'm gonna say it. I said this to somebody that works for a certain team that I won't name. I said, any sane person would say that Adolf Hitler was a horrible person and committed genocide. How could I say something about George Washington, James Madison, all them dudes who started this settler colonial project criminal enterprise, who had my ancestors in death camps? So how can I, a safe person, not look at them same exact way as I look at Hitler? That person turned red, brother. I don't give a damn. Hitler ain't no different than Washington and Madison and Jefferson. They were killers too.
Yeah. Yeah, point.
They're no different than Hitler is.
You
So
have a
I'm
point.
never. I said so. When you talk to me about this, I'm gonna say so. No, they're your founding fathers, not mine. They're my ancestors' oppressors and killers. Sorry.
Yeah, I hear you.
So yeah, I made a very uncomfortable that statement, but I don't give a damn. It's just truth though.
I respect it.
Get this, Nick. Florida man pulled over for driving an ATV at 1 a.m. on a roadway, arrested for driving with a suspended license and drug possession.
He was driving it the wrong way at 1 in the morning.
Yes, on an ATV.
And he didn't think anybody would see him.
Exactly.
Oh boy, it's Florida for you. That is Florida for you right there. That is definitely Florida for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely Florida. And founder of streetwear brand Rude, accused of using company funds to support his lavish lifestyle and escort fetish.
What company?
Rude. Called Rude. R-U-H-D. R-H-U-E-D. Rude. He's owned
Oh,
by a black man.
like the football coach Rue?
Huh?
That's how you spell his name? That's how you spell the name? Like Rue, like the football coach?
Not Rude. R-H-U-D. Rude.
Oh, yeah, Rue. No.
He's
Yeah.
he got accused of using his company funds for celebrity lifestyle, his escort fetish,
I
which is weird
mean,
when you think about it. Quote, escort fetish.
so was he using all the company's funds or just the money he get?
They didn't say how much he was using, but he got obviously the books were being cooked for his
Oh,
little
okay.
lifestyle.
Oh, okay. Well, he just didn't care then.
Nah, he didn't care, brother. He is out here doing his thing, living his best life,
I guess so.
living his damn best life, brother Neek. And this guy too living his best life, or not. Florida man arrested despite hiding drugs in mini M&M's container. Traffic stop due to smell and open condom. What the hell it means?
He had an open condom.
Yeah,
Ooh, Eminem's jar and an open condom. That is hilarious.
that's
That is
crazy, ain't
hilarious.
it? M&M's and open condoms. Come on, bro. Really?
That is hilarious.
And
That's all I
open condoms. Hope he wasn't
got.
using them on himself. That's what I'm hoping. Hope he wasn't using them on himself. Right? Hoping he wasn't doing that. Hopefully.
Yeah. No.
Praying. Praying. Um, not oh man. Florida man and his friends arrested after causing mayhem after stealing a truck and a keg of beer with two women in the back, jacking them off.
That's a lie.
Very.
That is a lie.
Too much, actually, too much.
Yeah, quite a lie.
Um, the bus route HEL in Poland on bus 666 has been banned over Satanism fears.
Over Satanism fears.
Mm-hmm.
You can do that?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just off one bus though.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. One bus.
Yeah.
Not multiple, but one. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Um, Florida woman in nursing home, um, a Florida woman in home nursing assistant rather for 88-year-old Alzheimer's patient arrested after opening up credit card in patient's name to get $7,000 worth of cosmetic procedures, including the BBL.
Yo, that's a lot for a BBL.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know they cost that much. So this is first.
Probably the Florida tax they paying.
Probably so. That's a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah. Here we go. Kansas City cop kneels on customer's neck over lack of receipt for a $5 frozen Tony's pizza.
That's just insane to me. That's insane. Over $5 Tony pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Insane.
Um, Florida man arrested after he had his rental car impounded and decided to steal it back so he can take it back to budget to get his money.
He did all that just to get it.
Mm-hmm.
I know not to play with folks' money, but goodness, bro. That's just a lot. That's loaded right there. That's loaded right there.
Try this. Florida man caught with bag of heroin says it's Guatemalan chili powder.
He said heroin. He
Yes,
tried to.
it's
That's a terrible.
Guatemalan chili powder. Really, Florida man?
That's a terrible excuse.
Yeah. Florida man swinging big pole to not receiving correct Burger King order, arrested for assault for beating down workers through the window. This big pole.
How big was the pole?
He skinned off a old light pole.
A light pole.
Yeah, he trimmed it.
So it's a smaller pole.
But it still has some growth to it as well, though.
Okay. So basically, probably they didn't react fast enough for me. Because if it was small, then you could just move out the way.
The Burger King now has damage to its side and almost crumbled, per reports.
Huh. Ooh, boy, they had a lot going on that day.
Yeah, too much.
Right.
Florida man arrested after beating down his son's day camp teacher's boyfriend for confronting him for trying to touch his woman's booty when she dropped his son off at day camp.
So let me get this straight. You beat him up for looking at the booty?
Well, the dude touched his girl's booty, right? So the girl, the teacher's boyfriend tried to confront the kid's daddy touching her booty the previous day or something. The Florida man beat him so bad and used weaponry. He used chairs and tables to beat the man down or confront him about it.
Yeah, he went overkill on that.
Couldn't he get charged for a sexual assault for touching a woman's booty without permission?
Probably, but I don't know how that'll work in the state of Florida.
Yeah, man, we got two more to go before we wrap this up tonight. Florida man arrested after stealing a boat and a motor in a plot to pawn and flip to acquire more drugs for sale.
Repeat that.
Florida man arrested after stealing a boat and a boat motor in a plot to pawn and flip to acquire more drugs for sale.
He tried to sell a boat and the motorboat and the motor?
And a boat motor, yeah.
That he stole.
To a pawn shop.
First of all, how did he steal the boat?
Good question.
And how did he had a boat? Like, that's the thing. Like, so if it's stolen, do you trust this man to show you a boat? Is a dope boat dock right beside it? I don't know.
It's a great questions.
So I need answers.
Yes, you posed some great questions. And our last story tonight is typical for the fashion. Florida man arrested after going on a rampage with a machete starts waving it at cops after he was unable to acquire bowling balls he wanted.
He did all that just to get some bowling balls. I thought
Yes.
they sold bowling balls on the side of the railroad. Like, I thought they sold them on the side of the street like they do watermelons. He did all that for, you know what? Can't explain Florida to anybody at this point.
Nah, you can't. So, Nick, as we wrap up here, what are your thoughts on what we've heard today on the Boss Report?
Bowling balls need to be banned. Everywhere, not just Florida, everywhere.
So you want to stop the PBA tour as well, the bowling tour needs to go as well?
Yep, I want it. Yep.
You want to close down every bowling alley in America. I got you, Nick. I got you, man.
Every bowling alley in America got to be stopped. We got to keep a tracker on every bowling ball.
So it does not end up in Florida.
Just make sure no bowling balls can be exported into the state of Florida, imported into the state of Florida.
Because they will be used for weaponry if things don't go their way.
That is right. That's what's gonna happen.
Yes, indeed. Well, Neat, we'll pick it up again next week, and we'll have a good time, and we will see you in Nashville for an event, Dessert to Win weekend. We'll talk to Penny Collins on the show as well. So we'll have a great week on the Bossman Show coming up with our brother at Tennessee State. Yeah.
Yep. Out of there.
Yes, indeed. So, folks, for Boss, Neek, we'll catch you next week. We are out.
Peace.
And if you don't know, now you know.
What's up, good people? BetOnline is your number one source for all your betting needs. The latest odds, lines, and matchup reports for baseball, boxing, golf, and more. BetOnline continues to be the fastest and easiest way to place your wagers, including live betting and your favorite casino and card games available to play right from your phone. Head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and get in on the action. Remember to use the promo code BELIEVE, BLEAV, for your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet online where the game starts.